How's it going, agents? Biz here with another Division 2 build video. So last week, we saw an exponential amount of you guys reaching out on the comments of my videos, and one of them really stood out in a critical but constructive way. Today in this video, we have a build birthed out of that dialogue I had with you guys. How cool is that? As always, whether you're new here or been here since day one, you are welcome here. Really, the past few weeks, this channel has seen tremendous growth, and that wouldn't be the case without you all engaging and checking out my small corner YouTube. I am truly forever amazed and so grateful. Thank you. If you haven't already though, today's a great day to hit that subscribe button. It may not seem like a lot, but that little click means a lot to this channel's growth. Also, as this video is made in part by viewers like you, let me know what you guys want to see next in the comments below. While you chew on that, let's sit back, crack a liquid death, and get down to it. Okay, so as I said at the top, we had a lot of incredible feedback on a few of these videos that have just come up. From different ways to run builds, to even some that had me thinking of revisiting some old setups I showcased. One comment chain had me both shook and inspired. And that came from Sky Wizard31. See, on my recent bleed build video, which I'll link above, Sky went on to call me out on my shield builds countering other shield builds. While I did that mostly for the comfort of extra armor in front of me and the pop shield pop shot shotgun, he pointed out that I could do better. And better, I did. After a few failed attempts and moments getting totally decimated in conflict, I was able to stumble on a really cool setup that not only doesn't use a shield, but will shred a shield right off the opposing agent's arm. To start, we landed a foreign place for specializations at the Technician. This foundation will give us a few useful things to carry into the build, one of which being an extra skill tier. It may not seem like a lot, but that small buff will go a slightly longer way for our skills, and enemies that are used to a quick skill kill will be thrown off for sure. We also lean on the Technician for its weapon attachment. This specialization gets a rail laser that will pulse enemies when you aim at them. This is going to come in handy as we dive into this build. As a general overview, we're running a 3 blue, 3 red, and 1 yellow core setup. We also have most attributes to red, with 1 set to armor regen. On the weapon side of things, we have a Carbine 7 and the ACS 12. The Carbine 7 is a bit new to me, but when I tested the gun, I bought the hype everyone has on it. This gun is a laser beam. Its accuracy and stability, off the charts. I also went with the ACS 12 in the secondary. I like it for its rate of fire, and I'll take the trade-off as opposed to doing a high damage, low rate of fire shotgun. This time. This build is more about sustained DPS, so being able to do damage over a longer span will be much more useful than raw DPS. Both weapons aside, the most useful part on both of these guns are going to be the weapon talent, in which both will get in sync. I mean, personally, I'm more of a Backstreet Boys fan, but I digress. So Insync is a really cool talent that will give 15% skill damage when you use your weapon, and 15% weapon damage when your skill is in use. If both buffs are active, that number jumps to 30% for both. That's a lot of additive damage, and will make all of your enemies go bye. Gear-wise, we see a familiar overview of 3 pieces of Providence for headshot damage, crit hit chance, and damage. We also land on a set of contractor gloves for damage to armor, a Fenris holster for AR damage, and a Golan Gear Anarchist Cookbook that will give us buffs to status effects. The Anarchist Cookbook comes with Perfectly Wicked that will give us an 18% weapon damage buff for 27 seconds when an enemy gets a status effect. Speaking of talents, we landed on Spotter, which will amplify weapon and skill damage by 15% on anything you pulse, which will be everything we aim at with the laser attachment. Oh man. So I claim this build was the anti-shield, and I wouldn't say that without backing it up. To get there, we go with the Jammer Pulse and the skills. Now this tier 1 skill will pack enough of a punch to not only knock a shield down for a few seconds, but also the Disrupt is a status effect. Wicked! Both in the term that's cool and the backpack talent. We also flex a striker drone. I think apart from the shield pop shot, a drone is a great way to get in sync rolling. Also, when both sides of that weapon talent are working, that drone is going to get 30% extra skill damage. Looking at the math of this build, we get 30% additive from Insync, 18% additive from Wicked, and a guaranteed 15% amplified damage to pulse targets, aka all of them, and 8% amplified armor damage. This build should keep some of these shield guys awake at night. I mean, I know it did for me, putting it together. So there's that. Yeah, this little guy has a lot of damage built in. But as this is a biz build, I would be remiss if I didn't show a way to counter this little shield killer should you come across it in PvP. Now normally, I would showcase an entire build, but seeing as we have a masterclass in the comments, I'll leave you with just an idea. If you guys want to see what I set up to complement this theory, let me know in the comments below. If I get enough people interested, I'll drop a video next week. So this setup is pretty contingent on disrupting an enemy's skill. Taking that ability away will counter this nicely. Luckily, we have a gear set that gives us the ability to resist disruption. Of course, I'm talking about the rarest of gear sets, System Corruption. Now this set will grant an armor on kill bonus for 2 pieces, and 40% disrupt and pulse resistance when you have 3 pieces. 4 pieces, and you get Hackstep Protocol, an infinite medkit that will give you regular and bonus armor, along with weapon damage for how much bonus armor you have. It's a very slept-on gear set, and I think a build set around this could be very handy against this Spotter Wicked Shield Breaker. I also really hope to see what you guys put together. If you make a really cool System Corruption build that you think will be a solid counter, connect with me on Twitter and use the hashtag #handlingbusiness, and I'll show off some of what you guys post up. Let's get better together. Either way, that's going to wrap things up here. Again, thanks so much for stopping by, and if you like what you see and haven't already, please like and subscribe for more content. I have a lot of fun stuff planned for the next month, and you won't want to miss it. I'll catch you all next time. Biz out.